Hey, what's going on, everyone? Vulkan here, and today we're talking about 2.0 and what you should be doing to prepare for it, because this is a huge update. There's going to be a lot of changes, a lot of new stuff for us to unlock and progress towards, but there are a few things that we can start doing now, which will help us hit the ground running when that new update drops. And I know you guys are just like me. You guys love to prepare. What do I need to know? That way I can position myself to be successful once this 2.0 patch hits. So before we dive into this, I did want to give a big shout out to some awesome CN veterans who have helped put this whole list together. They shared their thoughts and experience with the team on what to do to prepare, because without them, I would be much more lost than I am now. So thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us. So with that being said, let's dive in and get started. So number one, the biggest one, you might have seen this a couple other places, but it's saving those password chips. So today, we have a blue chip, a purple chip, and a gold chip. These are for perfect deciphers when you find those password chests. So for 2.0, there's a big change. So in 2.0, any blue and purple chips that you use on Vera, which is the new planet, will reward you with a gachapon currency. Now, this currency can be used in a special shop to earn things like SSR matrices, red nucleus for limited banner pulls, gold nucleus for standard pulls, special cosmetics, upgrade materials, and tons of other little kind of things. So it's highly recommended that you no longer waste these on the starting planet Asperia. Instead, save every single one of those blue and purple chips for Vera, because they're going to be much, much more valuable there than they are here. Now, as for the gold chips, these are specific to the starting planet Asperia. So Vera does have a different gold chip for us to use, so please feel free to use the gold chips whenever you would like. However, I would recommend that you do save them until you reach 50-55, so that way you can get gold gear from the world bosses. Also, make sure to use them on Lucia and Sobek, as they have better chances, and Barbarossa. Those three have really great chances at actually dropping stuff you need. The earlier world bosses have a lower drop rate for SSR, matrices, and weapons, and all of that stuff. And according to the CN veterans, you should also save them for the Frostfire Dragon boss coming with the Artificial Island, which we will talk about a little bit later in this video. So next, you want to save your summons unless you really want to invest into a character. So Frigg is dropping on September 1st, and we finally got to see the changes that she's bringing to Global. She does have a big nerf to her damage compared to her CN version. She's losing a 15% frost attack buff from her skill. Her 6-star got a slight reduction as well, and she does come with frost resonance, which is going to be kind of the make or break for a lot of people. So she's going to be a strong character in the game. You can build around her, so don't feel like it would be a bad idea to invest in her if you do want her and want an ice team. Just make sure you love other frost weapons too, because if not, then you're not really going to get the value from her, and to me, that would be a wasted pull. So for me, I plan to save my summons for 2.0 because we truly don't know when this update is coming. It may drop next month and we skip a bunch of banners. It may drop in 2023 and we see a similar banner schedule to CN. We truly just don't know. But either way, I'm saving because I want to see what Lynn and Ruby are all about. I've seen some gameplay from the CN version. Both of them look incredibly fun to build around, so I'm going to be saving all of my summons for both of those. Now, another thing, so don't spend your tokens unless you have a character that you really want dupes for. You can hang on to these tokens, and eventually characters will be added to the general pool later on from the limited banner, and you'll be able to pull them. So, I mean, if you like Volt, you may see Nemesis added sooner than later and be able to purchase dupes of her directly. But just to reiterate, save those tokens unless you truly want to invest in a character that you think will still be relevant in the future. And to build on that, so in 2.0, we're going to have new characters to invest in, and we're going to start seeing splintering metas. So you want to start planning now, especially if you're free to play, and you want to have patience because some of these things might be added to the general pool sooner than later. So what I mean by splintering metas is that we will be able to have a meta for different elemental teams. So right now, Volt seems to be a huge meta and the only choice, because Nemesis was our first banner. She brings Volt Resonance. She isn't a slouch. She's able to deal decent damage and heal. So overall, most people are running a Volt team because they want to capitalize on that. But once Frigg drops on September 1st, we'll have a new core to use for a Frost team that some people will pick up, which hopefully will catapult Frost to compete with Volt as one of the more efficient comps that we see out there. But it also doesn't stop there. Now I'm taking a guess here, but we'll probably see each limited banner character bring a resonance to the table to build around, especially for the first handful. That way the community has some strong cores to use. That way we can establish some new comps and give people a variety of ways to play. And then we have Lyn. So Lyn is coming sometime in 2.0, and if she isn't changed from CN, she's going to be a staple in most teams since she's able to mirror the damage element from other weapons in your comp. So for instance, if you have Lyn and then 2 frost weapons, her skill takes on a frost element. This turns her into the ultimate Swiss Army knife that you can use sort of as glue between your 2 favorite weapons. And again, she isn't exactly a slouch. She's able to put out some serious damage, and she looks pretty fun to play. So again, guys, just to reiterate, I mean, 2.0 is bringing some really crazy additions to the game. A lot of these base characters may pale in comparison, but truly, who knows? Maybe they want to keep these OG characters relevant for longer periods of time, and because of that, we may see some intense balancing between the CN version and global. We're already seeing some of this with Frigg, where she seems to be much weaker than her CN version. But truly, if you look at the other characters, they're also weaker than their CN versions. So to me, it seems like they're trying to go for a much more balanced approach and have characters be much less impactful or much less necessary for comps to be successful. So just my guess, but honestly, we'll have to wait and see once these new characters get added. But for now, I would say start planning on what element you want to focus on. If you want a frost team, you can either pull Frigg on September 1st, or you can wait and kind of run the risk to see if Saki comes with frost resonance. We don't know who's going to bring fire resonance. We don't know who's going to bring physical resonance, but those are things that we need to start planning for. So pick an element that you really like and then start planning around that. So who are some great characters to invest in for future teams, right? So for 2.0, do we want to bring everyone forward with us? Do we want to leave everyone behind us? Who can we bring forward? So what can we do to prepare in terms of future-proof characters? So we have Tsubasa. We've talked about this one for a very long time. She's one of the most future-proof characters. She brings some really big damage buffs to this team. And if you decide to go Frost, you will have a leg up and hopefully have a 3-star or higher of Tsubasa ready to pair with Frigg or Saki for some serious damage. And then we have Nemesis. So what she brings in terms of very impressive healing without much effort, I might add, and then her moderate damage can fit into just about any team. Now, bonus points if you can pair her with other Volt members, since she has that resonance to increase all of her Volt damage, but truly she is one of those characters that you can bring forward and still be effective in the future. Now, this next thing isn't something that's available right now, but it should be available soon. The artificial island is coming before 2.0, and this is basically housing. It's a new region added to the first world. And the thing is, this is incredibly important. Here you can construct buildings, and these buildings are going to generate materials over time. They're going to give you a chance at SSR matrices, and they'll allow you to purchase 3 red matrices a month for the limited matrices banner, which is awesome because up until this point, we didn't truly have a consistent source for these things. Now, once this gets added, you do need to be level 50 and then pick up the starting quest from the Banjus port. Once you do, you want to get this completed as soon as you possibly can. That way you can start farming these new resources to prep for Vera. Now, there's also a new world boss that's going to come with this called the Frostfire Dragon. And that'll be another thing that you want to go out and farm frequently because it will have the best drop chances out of all the world bosses so far. And the last thing you want to start doing is saving your support store points. So according to the CN veterans, with the 2.0 update, the support store receives a new item that can be used to purchase visor and arc core gear pieces. And these typically drop in raid and difficult exploration areas. So being able to buy these ahead of time is going to give you a leg up compared to everyone else. So it's going to be wise to start saving these now so you can get a head start on those slots. So folks, that is it for the video. I hope this helps you prepare for 2.0 and stay ahead of the curve. We have a lot of items and currency to start saving up, so get out there and keep farming. Thank you everyone for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It looks like about 80% of folks who consistently watch these videos aren't subscribed, so if you like the content, please subscribe for more. It helps me and it helps the channel more than you guys could imagine. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and as always, this has been Vulkan, and I'll talk to you next time.